Hello, doing part 2 of my Lord of the Rings Toy Biz action figure collection. So here we got Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn. So I'll be going over these three guys in this video. So we'll start with Gimli. So I'm not sure which one this is, but I'm pretty sure it's the most common one out there. He comes with 4 axes and a removable helmet. So we'll do those axes and stuff in a minute. Okay, so detailing is really nice. The painting is good. You can see like his arm right there. It's really highly detailed. Well crafted, and it's got a flapping little tunic edge, I guess, right there and stuff. His hair is kind of shiny, but I guess that's alright. The biggest thing about this is it's like one of those squeeze the legs action figures, so it has an annoying thing. And because of that, the leg articulation is pretty awful. It has 0 knee articulation or ankle or foot. It only has a back and forth thigh movement, so he can only like do one little stance. But I don't know, since he's on display, it's not that big of a deal. Same with his arm. It's kind of hard to get it to stay where you want, clicks and stuff, but his action is pretty cool actually. He has these 2 smaller axes here with little hooks on the bottom that you can put in his hand and squeeze it and he'll throw them. They actually go about 10 feet, it's pretty cool, but whatever. So this is Gimli. He's in scale with the rest of them, as you can see there, quite a bit shorter. So let's go over his accessories. He's got his 4 axes. He has his signature battle axe here. That looks really nice, well detailed, well crafted, all the little details and sculptings. He even has a textured leather handle here. Whatever. And then he's got his walking axe, which is also his other signature one. Same detail, same painting precision, just looks really nice. So those are about the same size. And then he's got his 2 little throwing axes here. One looks kind of like his bearded axe, and the other one is kind of same as his walking axe. They're just a lot shorter. And he can't carry all 4 of them at the same time. He carries 2 in his hand and then 1 in this little side pouch he has over here. So I just have 1 kind of in my little box of extra stuff. But yeah. And then he has his helmet here, which also is really nice, well crafted. Painting detail is really good. Looks great. And it goes on his head pretty well, I guess. It's kind of tipped forward, but I guess it gives him a more grim look. Falls off pretty easily. Wiggles around a little bit. And before he had a ponytail thing, which he does have in the movie, but it was like sticking straight out, so I cut it off. And the reason it was sticking out like that is because he came with this cape, cloak, whatever you want to call it here, that kind of just goes around his neck, and it's really big and poofy, so I don't really display him with it, but that's the reason his ponytail stuck out. Well, I don't know, because he doesn't really even need it like that. But he comes with this cloak, which is pretty good. It's got nice little detailing in there. good painting, although it's kind of striped blue and brown, which is weird. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be dirty or that's how it's made or whatever. I don't know, but so this is, I'm pretty sure it's the best Gimli figure for looks anyway. For like articulation and stuff, it's pretty horrible, but I think it's the best looking out there. So there's that. Now we'll move on to Legolas. So this is the Legolas from the Two Towers with his Rohan armor. As you can see there, he's got his little leather shoulder pad thingies. And along with him, because it's Rohan armor, he comes with a sword, a Rohan sword, that I showed you in my video about the hobbits, that I cut in half and gave to 2 of the hobbits, because Legolas isn't supposed to, just to me, he just isn't supposed to have a sword, because he has his fighting knives, which he has here. If I can get this other one out. Okay, I'm going to show you one. So, these are really nice looking. They got a little elven vine design in the handle. It's engraved in there. And on the blade, it's also engraved. The coloring is right. The sizing is really good too. And it goes in his quiver back here. You just slide right in there. They fit really nicely. Get this in there. And he also comes with his Lothlorien bow and like 5 arrows. And my bow actually broke, so I kind of have the string wrapped around a little strap down there, so it'll look like it's tight, so I can't really take that out right now. But here's his arrows, and they look really nice. You got the detailed tips in there, and the fletching nicely painted, sculpted, and when it was not broken, it actually could shoot pretty well. It has little corners in there that fit around the string, I guess. So it shoots pretty well. And the figure itself, it looks really good. I think this is a really good sculpt of Orlando Bloom, which is the actor who plays Legolas. And his straps and stuff, they're on separately, they're not just painted. Really nice textured of his clothes and stuff, and his boots. And the painting is just really good on this one too, as is all. The articulation is pretty good. On this one, the head articulation is a little different. He has no articulation right there. It's lowered down on his neck. This will focus. You can see it's smooth right there on his chin. So his articulation is lower down, which is kind of unique to this figure. He's got his regular shoulder articulation, kind of limited by his leather armor. He's got his regular elbows and hand swivel. His legs go up and down. Got his knee joint, and the cushion where his boot goes to his pants has a swivel in there for his foot. His foot goes up and down. So articulation, this is pretty good. Really the only problem I have with this is it's a lot taller than, okay, not a lot, but it is taller than the rest of the figures, like especially for Aragorn over here. You can see he's about a head taller than him, which is really annoying because Aragorn's supposed to be a really tall dude. So I kind of have Aragorn standing on a little pedestal and it makes him about the same size. So that's what I did with that, but that's Legolas. And now for Aragorn. So I'm sure if you're looking at trying to find a good Aragorn, you had a lot of troubles because there are no perfect Aragorns out there. I got 3 different Aragorns actually, and took bits and pieces from each of them and actually kind of put this one together on my own. This is the body of the superposable Strider from Fellowship of the Ring, with the head of the superposable Helm's Deep Aragorn, which the rest of him is right here. And that's the best head sculpt, I think. And actually the Legolas, he came with this Lothlorien cape with his quiver glued onto it, but I didn't really like the cape on him, it looked goofy, so I ripped off his quiver, glued it straight on his back, and put it on Aragorn, glued his quiver on here, and it looks really good. The brooch looks really good on this cloak. It's kind of soft, squishy rubber, a lot of big defined wrinkles, so there's that. But this is the best body, I think. And also from the Helm's Deep Aragorn over here, I took his elven knife, which he was holding a second ago. Here it is, and it comes with this scabbard right here, which is a really nice little knife. The scabbard has good detailing on the middle fittings, and I kind of repainted it because it had a weird wrinkly, piggish looking texture. So I repainted that and glued it onto him. This knife slides right in there. It's got a nice little clip close, but I just have that in his cloak right there. So I have him holding it in his hand, and his hand is really cool because it has his ring of Barahir or whatever with the little serpents on it, and that looks pretty good. If this will focus, you can see it. Anyway, so he has that. And then his sword. This is the sword that came with the Strider, the body, and it's pretty good. As you can tell, I've got a little rubber band on there. Because of his articulated fingers, he doesn't hold it very tightly, so I put a rubber band on there so he won't drop it. But this sword is pretty good. It's nice and smooth painted, good detailing on it. And there's its scabbard, which it fits perfectly in. And I think eventually I'm going to switch out this sword with the one from the Council of Elrond Legolas, or Aragorn, which I got first, because his little utility knife actually comes out on this one, and I think that's really cool. So I think eventually I'll switch that out. But this figure came with his scabbard back here, not scabbard, quiver, and his Strider cloak that you see him wearing in the first movie when they're in the prancing pony. And it's a really, really soft, squishy material, so it's kind of nice. And when he is wearing it, it actually looks pretty good, but because he has like 6 other cloaks, I usually don't have it on him. When I do put it on him, I have to take his elven cloak off because excuse me, his quiver gets in the way, but it looks really nice. So this is like the perfect Aragorn, I think. I looked at different people's and how they customized theirs and got some ideas about what parts to use in bodies and kind of put this together, and I really like it. This is definitely the best way to go. Customize your own. You can get the parts you like. So I don't think there's a good Aragorn out there all on its own. So yeah, that is it for these 3 guys. I'll do the rest next time, so see ya.